So I'm just starting off with my Studio 35 Moisturizing Skin Cream. I picked this up at Walgreens not too long ago and I actually really like it. I find that it keeps my skin very hydrated in these winter months and it really does its job. So since we are going with a dark lip, I'm just gonna put some chapstick on real quick. Mine's the Carmax, the original one. And then I'm going to jump into my brows. So I'm using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Sculptor. One end has kind of like a waxy consistency and the other end is actually the brow color. I don't really use the wax and I don't use the little brush it comes with. So I just found this little eyebrow thingy that I use. And I just kind of comb through my brows and then I kind of shape them very sloppily because later we go in with some concealer and make it nice and crisp and clean edges. So I'm not really too worried about that part. I just go in and fix my mistakes a little bit later, as you see. So like I said earlier, I'm just going to go ahead and take my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer and I'm just going to take a lip brush and just draw and carve out my brows just so that they're a little bit more neat. Because that brow pencil doesn't really have a defined tip on it, it is kind of hard to get the precise strokes. So that's why I kind of just go in and do what I need to do and then go up and clean it later with concealer. And I find that's the better method for using this pencil from L'Oreal. Now that we have our brows all carved out, I'm just going to go ahead and set that with the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in the shade Chocolate. This just helps the longevity of the tint in the eyebrow last longer. And then I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is also going to help with any discoloration that I might have on my eyelids as well. We have our eyelids all primed and ready to go. I'm just going to take some tape and put it along the edges of my eye to have a clean and crisp line. So now I'm going in with the Maybelline The Nudes palette and I'm taking this black shade on an angled brush and drawing like I'm using it as a gel liner or any type of liner, and I'm keeping it really kind of tight into the lash line. And then later I'm going to go ahead and buff it out with the darker gray color that's in the palette. So now I'm just taking a fluffy pencil brush and I'm picking up this light gray color and I'm going to buff it on top of the black and the dark gray that we already put down. And then after that I'm going to go in with a even fluffier brush in the same color and kind of work it into the crease a little bit more to have everything a little bit more blended. now I'm just going to go in with this lighter shade just to further blend the look. I do end up going back in with the black and blending it out with the dark gray, and then blending that dark gray out with the lighter gray. And I just keep going back and doing the same techniques over and over until I get the desired smoothiness of this look that I want to get. So now I'm just going to remove the tape, and I'm actually going to go in with a makeup wipe and clean up underneath the eyes, because we were working with dark shadows, so I did have a lot of fallout from those dark shadows, and you don't want to leave them there because it's not really going to blend easy into your foundation. So it's just easier to just take a makeup wipe or anything that you have and just remove the excess shadow that is on your cheeks. So then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just curl my eyelashes and then put a coat of mascara on. I'm not going to do my bottom lashes. I'm going to do that after I do my foundation and everything else. So now I'm going to go ahead and prime my face, and you're probably wondering, why in the heck does she have Nivea Men Sensitive Post-Shave Balm, and why is she using it as a primer? Well, the second ingredient in this is glycerin, and the more you rub this into your skin, the tackier it gets, so your foundation will adhere to it and make it last a lot longer. And it also kind of smooths out my skin a little bit. I have a little bit of texture, and I found that it helps my foundation kind of glide over those areas a little bit more, and it does make my foundation last a really long time. I picked this up from Walmart not too long ago, and I have been using it every day since, and I can see a complete difference in my foundation and how it wears. So now I'm just going in with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and I love this concealer. Out of all the high-end concealers I have tried, this is my favorite. I keep coming back to it. It's Drugstore, it's very affordable, so if you're looking for a new concealer to try out, I definitely suggest this one. And I'm just going to take this and put it in a triangle underneath my eyes, and I'm also going to put it on my forehead, down my nose, my cupid's bow, and the chin, and all the places that I just really want to bring more light to the face and have a little bit more coverage. So now I'm going in with the Milani Baked Bronzer in 05, and I'm just going to put this in the hollows of my cheeks and around my temples to just give a little bit of warmth back into the face. And then after that, I'm going to go in with the Milani Baked Blush in 06, and I'm just going to do the same thing, add a little bit of more warmth to the face and a little bit of color as well. So now I'm going in with my Maybelline Loose Powder in the shade Light, and I'm just going to bake right underneath where we put the baked bronzer. This is just going to clean up that line and make the cheeks a little bit more defined. So while we're waiting for the powder to set in, I'm just going to grab that same angled brush in the black and just run it underneath my lash line. And then after that, I'm going to take the pencil brush and take the dark gray color and blend the black out so it's not so harsh underneath there, and it's going to make it a little bit more smoky. now that we finished our lower lash line, I'm just going to go ahead and throw on some mascara. And then I'm going to dust away all the powder that we have sitting underneath of our bronzer. So now moving on to lips, I'm going to go in with my NYX lip liner in the shade Prune, and I'm going to just carefully line my lips and fill it in a little bit. This just helps me for when I do put on the dark lipstick to have a guideline to follow so I don't mess up. Now I'm going in with my Maybelline lipstick in the shade Burgundy Blush. This is from their matte collection. And then after I fill in my lips with the lipstick, I'm going to go in with some concealer on a little tiny brush and line the outside of my lips to make sure that I didn't go outside of the lines, and so it's nice and neat around there. And then after that, that's going to be the final look. I want to thank you guys so much for watching my video and all the support that I've been getting on all my recent videos. And again, if you have any requests, just let me know and I would love to do that for you. And until next time, bye!